everybody. If you've ever done a theater production, especially for a union theater or Broadway or a bigger house or something like that, or a large ensemble musical theater, you probably have heard of the term understudy. But you may also have heard the term standby or cover or swing. What is the difference between those different terms and what do they each do? Well, let's talk about that, shall we? So let's start with a cover. A cover is kind of a blanket term. It can mean any of those things. You're basically covering a role. Anytime you understudy or swing or stand by, you're covering a role or roles. A cover is just sort of a blanket term that means you are learning a particular role and you're ready to step into that role. A swing is a person who is not in the show. They are off stage. They check in with the theater every night and they cover multiple roles. Usually they will cover several roles in the ensemble and maybe some secondary roles or supporting roles. Often a swing has a very, very difficult job of having to cover 3 or 4 or 5 different roles in a show. And sometimes the swing can even cover a lead as well, but generally they cover the smaller roles in a show. And then an understudy is somebody who is in the show, usually in an ensemble or a supporting role, but they are covering a larger role. They're understudying, studying under that person, but they're also in the show. So they do their track every night. They learn their part and do that. But if a lead goes out, then they step into that role and a swing will come in to take over their role. So it's kind of like a hierarchy of covers that move up the role. Now, a standby is somebody who kind of has clout. They're usually covering a very well-known leading role. Somebody like Bernadette Peters or, that has star power in the show and that people are buying tickets because they want to see that person in the role. So, Wicked, Elphaba and Glinda always have standbys, and the Phantom of the Opera always has a standby. And it's somebody of equal caliber to that performer and also maybe a name themselves who can step in and still deliver that star power performance. Basically, standbys don't do any other things. They're not in the show, but they're on deck every night ready to go on if they need to be. So for instance, in the show like Chorus Line, right? Okay, so there's all those people in the opening number that get cut from the dance number at the beginning. There's the guy with the headband that always looks down.
Boy in the headband, keep your head up. Headband, head up.
Those are understudies. They're usually understudying one or more of the main principal roles. So the character Bobby would go out, the headband guy would play Bobby, and a swing would come in to play headband guy. That's how it kind of works. If somebody like the girl playing Cassie goes out, she might have a standby. That's somebody that's just going to come in and do her role because maybe she's got a name and Donna McKechnie or something played it in the original Broadway, so she would have a standby. And, it's a lot of work. Those understudies and standbys and swings, they do a lot to cover their roles. Sometimes if you're in a big musical theater show, the lead will go out and their understudy will go on and a swing will come on to take that part and maybe another swing will go on to fill the ensemble, or the ensemble members will sort of do a split track where they do their own track and then they take a piece of the missing part if multiple people have to go out for a show. So I hope that helps clarify everything. Have a good day.